Hey guys, it's Kristen and Bethany here with Girl Defined Ministries, and in today's vlog, we want to talk about how to mentor a younger Christian girl. So several years ago, our entire family actually, like you and Zach and all of the rest of our siblings, because there's so many of us, were all attending a conference, and we were sitting in this one session and the speaker started talking about the importance of mentorship and discipleship. And I remember for the first time sitting there and thinking, like my eyes were being opened and I was like, oh my goodness, why have I never understood this whole idea of mentorship before? I had heard it, but I had never really applied it to my life and never really reached out to mentor other girls. And I remember sitting there and hearing him tell story after story of the impact that an older Christian can have on a younger Christian by basically grabbing their hand and saying, come along, let's do this Christian journey together. I'm a few steps ahead of you and I want to pull you along in this journey. And I remember both of us coming home and basically going, okay, who can we mentor? Like we want to invest into the next generation, or we want to invest into people who are just a few steps behind us. And throughout the years, we have seen the most incredible results and fruit and even been challenged ourselves and grown ourselves. So today, we really want to share with you why we think mentorship is so important and really share with you the down-to-earth basics of how we do that. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 reasons for why we mentor, why it's so important, and then Bethany's going to share with you 3 reasons on how to do it. So how to take this idea of mentoring and make it practical in your everyday life. So the first reason that I mentor is for spiritual growth. So when I reach out to a girl and say, hey, I would love to be your mentor, let's get this on the calendar, or a younger girl reaches out to me, which I think is so brave for a younger girl. I love when that happens. And one actually just did that, and we just started a mentoring relationship. She said, hey, would you mentor me? I said, yes. And we got together, and the first thing I said is, I want to help you grow spiritually. And so I asked her, how do you want to grow spiritually? Because you know your life better than I do. Do you want to learn how to memorize scripture better? Do you want that accountability? Do you want to learn how to study the Bible and just dig into it? Your prayer life, what do you want to do spiritually and how do you want to grow? And then how can I help you get there? And then the second reason for why I mentor is for practical help. So we have spiritual growth, and then the second thing is practical help. I know when I was a teen girl, and I know a lot of you can relate to this, we have a lot of questions. There are a lot of things in life we just want to be able to ask somebody a little bit older than us and say, hey, I'm not really sure about this. And it could be something so practical. And you could just say, hey, I'm not sure. Can I get your input? Can I get your opinion? Maybe something at school, maybe something in your church, maybe something just practical in your everyday life. And you just want some wisdom, some older input. So I tell my mentees, I want to help you in practical areas, and then they share with me what those are, and then we form a plan of action to make those happen. And the third reason for why I mentor is to give regular accountability. So in our Christian lives, there are so many things we know we should be doing, we shouldn't be doing, areas we want to grow, whatever it is. And it's hard if you don't have a regular accountability. Someone who's saying, hey, these are your goals. These are the things you're shooting for. This is the direction you're striving in. These are your struggles. How's it going? And having someone asking you specific questions. And then you, as the mentee, knowing that on a regular basis, you're going to have that person following up with you, keeping you accountable and helping you grow in those areas. So those are some really great reasons for why we should mentor. And now I want to share with you how we can actually go about that. Like practically, what does that look like? So the first way that I like to go about mentorship is I like to make sure that we are meeting on a regular basis. With 2 of my mentees right now, we meet every other week. So every 2 weeks, we have a specific day. We meet in the morning and we know it's on the calendar. That's when we're going to get together. She can count on it. I can count on it. And it really helps that regular commitment. They can count on it and they know somebody's going to keep me accountable. They're going to be asking about scripture memory. We're going to be talking about these issues that I'm trying to work on. And so you offering them that consistency and them committing back to that is really important. And the second thing that I find really helpful is to work through an actual book or even work through a book of the Bible, something that kind of gives you structure, something to talk about. I know that you have done like working through a book of the Bible with a girl where you just kind of work through, figure out a system that works best for both of you and discuss scripture. And I've done with a lot of my mentees, we've gone through different books that have been really applicable to what they're working on. So they'll read a chapter and we'll either talk about the questions at the end of the study guide, or we'll just kind of talk about some of the highlights. Like, what are you learning? What are you going through? So you don't actually have to have like an entire system and plan ready. You can use things that are already in place to help your mentees. And the third and final thing that I like to do is I actually like to assign homework. Now you can call it something else if you think of a more fancy name. To-dos, take homes. I don't know, but honestly, I found that most of the girls that I mentor actually like having homework. And I'll have it, we'll print it up. They have a cute little notebook that they'll stick their assignments for the weekend.
A cute notebook. That's
a cute, I know, with
not
like
an
little
ugly
flowers, cute pens, something that they can take home so they actually have things to work on. And when they come back, it's really awesome because they can say, hey, here's what I accomplished. Or if they haven't accomplished it, then it's good accountability. Like, I only got one thing on the list done. But say they're wanting to work on things, like they're wanting to keep accountable, or they're wanting to memorize scripture, they need to read a certain chapter in the book. I know even some of my mentees, we have things like trying to keep them accountable to calling their grandparents, to staying in touch with them, really basic, practical things like that. And I found that they really enjoy that because it gives them something to look at, it gives them something to take home, and it really even offers us a guide to work through when we get together. So I think homework is an awesome idea for mentorships.
So now that you have all the whys and some of the hows on why mentorship is important and how to do it, we really just want to end with a challenge. Whatever age you are, we guarantee there is someone who is either younger than you by age or younger spiritually that you could reach out to and pursue a mentorship relationship with. It's really uncommon for younger girls to reach up to older girls. That happens sometimes, but it's not as common. So we want to challenge you to find a younger girl and reach out to her. I'm mentoring a girl right now who's a little bit older, and one of her challenges that I literally gave her last week was that she had to pray about someone and find a younger girl that she could mentor. And guess what? She was super scared and she didn't want to do it, but she knew it was the right thing. She knew she needed to be investing into someone. And so she sent that text message, and guess what? The younger girl that she reached out to was so excited that someone else wanted to invest in her life that she said, yes, yes, yes.
That's
and
so
now
awesome.
they're meeting on a weekly basis. So don't be scared. Pray and ask God for the strength and the boldness to reach out to a younger girl and start impacting her life right away.
Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from us, you can subscribe to our channel below because we post new videos every Wednesday. Take over. People investing, and I don't know what I'm saying.
Much better. Yeah. Oh, stories, which we must remember.
Maybe it's a certain... And number 2, no.
I don't know. How do you zoom through that?
That was a fine ending. Okay, it was fine. Get back up.